Hey everybody, this is Tony with BlessedTravelVacations.com, and today I am doing our very first ship review ever. You're not going to want to miss this, but before we get started, make sure you subscribe to our channel, like our videos. Let's get started. Welcome back, everybody. This is Tony with BlessedTravelVacations.com, and today I am excited because we're going to be doing our very first ship review ever. Now, we've been on dozens of ships, and we feel like we have a pretty good understanding of what today's cruisers should expect from a cruise. So we developed a unique rating system to objectively look at all these cruises and provide you with the honest cruise rating. Now, we understand that not all experiences will be the same, nor will our standards be your standards. But we want you to rest assured that we want to give you an honest rating that will help you decide if this cruise is right for you. One more thing, our particular sailing may or may not tell the full story of that ship. We understand that things happen that are outside of the normal operation, so we try not to base our ratings on unique events such as bad weather or issues with the ships, which might have on a particular sailing, which might have an effect on that. Now, as many of you know, our mascot, Buck the Traveling Duck, gets to travel with us everywhere. So we thought it would only be fitting that we use a rating system that we are going to call the Blessed Travel Duck Meter. 1 duck is terrible, stay away, do a staycation instead. 5 ducks means this is one of the top ships you can get on. All right, let's get started. All right, family, and before we get started, I just want to remind you to make sure that you hit that subscribe button and like our videos. We absolutely appreciate and love the support. Thank you all for your time and effort in watching all our videos and sharing them with your friends and family. Today, we are excited to do a ship review on the MSC World Europa. This massive ship measures about 1,100 feet long, 155 feet wide, and 224 feet tall, with a gross tonnage of 215,863. It can accommodate 6,762 passengers and 2,138 crew members. It has a very modern, yacht-like design that looks sleek and really high-end. Currently, this ship sails only out of Europe, but in a couple months, the long-awaited World America will be sailing out of Miami. Okay, back to our ratings. Let's start with value. Pricing, like most cruises, varies significantly on when you sail and where you sail, but expect to pay between $185 to $215 per person per day, depending on whether you opt in for a drink package. The $185 would be without a drink package, and the $215 would typically be for a drink package. That's a bit pricey for off-season in Europe, but given that this is one of the most modern ships in the area, we thought it was pretty fair. On our sailing, there was only 1 day at sea, so we had 6 port days, which is more than a traditional cruise sailing, so you felt like you got more out of the experience than a typical cruise. MSC is known for having some of the best rates in the cruise industry, but there are a lot of add-ons and they really try to upsell you. I would say they're a little bit more a la carte than most other cruise lines, and quite frankly, we really didn't like the pushy upgrades they constantly try to sell you. We considered the ports of calls, the food, the entertainment, and so forth, and we gave it a 4. Not bad. Next, let's talk about the food. This is somewhere where we felt very underwhelmed. We normally love having dinner at the main dining room, but in this case, the food was, in our opinion, not great. The service was okay, but the food lacked variety, taste, and creativity. Other Americans that we spoke to agreed. Maybe the food is geared more for a different group of cruisers, but we were very disappointed. In fact, something that we never do is skip the main dining room dinner. In this case, we did several times. Instead, we opted to pay for specialty dining. We went 2 nights to Ola Tacos and Cantina, and that was pretty good. I mean, for European Mexican food. The only real American food that we liked was at Pizza and Burger. That place was pretty good and the setting was cool with the video games, but you can only have so many burgers before you say enough. We had high expectations for the pizza because we had been told that they use real Italian ingredients in their pizzas. And they were okay, but just okay. Nothing to really inspire you. You just felt like if you really wanted to get a great meal, an amazing meal, and we think everybody should be entitled to an amazing meal on your cruise fare, then you, in this case, had to pay extra to go to a specialty restaurant. The buffet was 2 floors, but often many stations would be closed, so you had to do a lot of walking around just to fill your plate. Oh, and by the way, good luck trying to find somewhere to sit during the crazy morning rush. The buffet is a madhouse, and in our opinion was poorly designed. So there were some highlights. Overall, the food options and the quality left us underwhelmed, so we scored it a very generous 2.5 ducks. Let's talk about the amenities. Amenities are things like the pools, the gyms, the entertainment, the spa, the fun activities like water slides and so forth. Now, we do give bonus points for ships that have unique attractions that are unique to the ship or the brand. The ship has a Formula One simulator, the world's tallest dry slide at sea, a spa, a gym, a beauty salon, and a barber shop. There are tons of cool meeting places to hang out and people watch. They have some really neat pools, 7 in total, both indoors and outdoors. We absolutely love the LED screens in the atrium that change throughout the day and night. And as far as we know, that's an MSC exclusive. We love the World Promenade. They had live music, an ice cream shop, and a bar to hang out and enjoy the beautiful Italian air and skyline. We thought that the performers at the Panorama Lounge were great and really appreciated that they sang almost all of their songs in English. We did go 1 night to the Luna Park, and yikes. If you have kids or prefer a tamer show with less gyration, then stay away. The venue looks good, but we bolted pretty quickly. They have some pretty cool stuff like the virtual reality water slides, which my kids loved, bumper cars and the Formula One racing, but they charge for the bumper cars and the Formula One racing, and they aren't cheap. They also have things like roller skating, but they charge for those too. Now, not to throw in another name, but Royal Caribbean offers the bumper cars for free, and the roller skates, or the ice skates, depends on the ship. So they have some cool stuff and the entertainment is fair, but it lacks some value, and because the ship carries so many passengers, expect to wait to experience those things. Another thing that we didn't like was that even though we were in the off season, there were a ton of kids, and it seems like they were left without their parents, like they left their parents back at home, because they were free to roam around and they were wild. The Botanic Pool Garden is beautiful and super relaxing, just really nice. We especially liked that the spas on the side that hung over the edge, but the experience was dampened with a gang of kids and nobody was watching. They were perfecting their wrestling moves and checking the reverb of their screams in the indoor pool. Staff finally showed up and asked them to chill out, but it took a while. The World Galleria was nice and a great place to hang out, but you had to dodge the dozen photographers each night that wanted to take your picture next to some stairs. So while we liked some of the amenities, some fell a bit short. So we gave it 3.5 ducks. Let's talk about cleanliness. Now, we look at several factors here. We consider the cleanliness of the stateroom, the common areas of theater, the restaurants, and buffets. We consider how many tables we see that haven't been cleaned up or picked up in the buffet or the pool area after guests have used it. We consider the condition of the ship and so forth. The MSC World Europa was only 2 years old when we sailed on it, so you'd expect that it would be clean and well maintained, and they did not disappoint here. The walls were clean and we didn't see any trash as we walked around. Our stateroom was clean, well maintained, and we liked the bedding. One gripe we had, and this is probably because we're American and we expect to have washcloths, but they had very few washcloths. We constantly had to ask for them because they don't automatically stock those. Now, we've been in Europe several times and we know that the concept of washcloths is crazy for them, and it's probably crazy because it's for the crazy Americans. We know this, so we bring a couple of poofs. Having said that, the ship is very clean and well maintained, so we gave it 4 ducks. All right, so our last factor that we consider is the experience. Here we're looking at what we felt was the overall experience we had during the sailing. What is unique about the ship is that you can embark and disembark at any of the stops. We actually love this because the embarkation was incredibly fast, because most of the passengers embarked on a more popular port like Barcelona or Naples. We embarked in Marseille, France. While most of the staff is pleasant and friendly, we felt that they were more reserved than we're used to. A few of the staff were downright rude. You may chalk this up to culture, but I think it really comes down to training. As experienced cruisers, we have a certain expectation, and in a few cases, well, they felt short. We had, for example, some laundry that we wanted to get done, and they told us it would be about 24 hours. Actually, it took longer than that. They couldn't even find our bags. We really needed clean clothes, so we kept calling, and we called several times, and we said, hey, we need our clothes. And finally they found it, which was great. I'm glad they actually found it and not somebody else was wearing my shorts. In another situation, my son is a big bread guy. He really likes his bread. So they would bring us bread during dinner, but they would not bring the butter, and we'd ask for the butter, and well, I guess they were maybe churning it or something, because by the time they brought the butter, well, we needed more bread because we were out of bread. It just was an endless cycle. Having said that, they had some great staff. Our room steward was super friendly. Our waiters at Hola Tacos and Cantina were great. We really loved them. Something else that we thought was a bit different, that we're not sure how to feel about it, was the cruise director. We're used to having a cruise director at all hours of the day and night, visible and at every show, constantly announcing what's next, just all hyped up. In this case, the cruise director had almost no announcements throughout the day. We only saw him for the evening show at the World Theater. Now, he did speak 6 languages, which was pretty cool. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's just different. So we gave our experience 3 ducks. Okay, so what's the final score, and would we recommend this cruise? Collectively, we gave the MSC World Europa 17 out of 25. That's about 3.5 ducks. The score is a bit lower than we would think it should be, mostly because of the food. We thought that the biggest flaw with this otherwise amazing ship was in fact the food. There are lots of things that this ship does great and plenty to do. We definitely would recommend this ship, but we can't wait to see how the forthcoming World America addresses some of these things for an American market. Now, if you want to sail on the World Europa or the World America or any ship, call us first. Make sure you go to blessedtravelvacations.com first before you book your next cruise, and we'll take care of you. Now, God bless you guys. We'll see you next time.